Hey, we got an auction tonight, July 22nd, Thursday night at 6:30 at the Barry Auction House, 1797 West Street in Barry, Mass. And it starts at 6:30. I'm going to start with some small items here to show you what we got. We got some very early toys here. And check this one out. This is a fire truck. It's an early fire truck. I mean, it's, you know, sort of old, but it's a slot car. That's an unusual one. But the rest of them are older, you know, push cars and stuff. Here's another small box lot of, here's an old coin changer there that the bus drivers used to use them and stuff. And some other stuff in there, a retro ashtray and an old car and an Indian thing and an old flashlight in there. The old flashlight with the, got a red tip on it. There's some manicure type stuff. There's some antlers. There's some hunting house stuff here. There's a pouch of two game pouches. There's a replica rifle, and it's an unusual one. It's a revolver style one. There's an old bread maker there. There's some old road torches. They used to use kerosene torches. There's a German helmet there. There's, next to that is some old arrows, wooden arrows with a quiver there. It's all hand tooled. There's a police hat. There's a toolbox, but it's got a bunch of drill bits in it and stuff on the bottom there. There's an old bee smoker. There's some helmets there for, this is a shooting, you put your guns in there. When you go in shooting, it's a shooter's box. It's kind of unusual. There's some knives there. There's some deer foot letter openers. This is a military knife. It is Romanian military knife, and there's another one here. This is another country. I can't remember exactly which one, but there's another military knife there. There's a muzzleloader. It's a Sharps 1800s muzzleloader, made in England. There's a couple of handguns that are also replicas. They don't fire, but they work just like regular handguns do. You know, I mean, they're good wall hangers. They're good over the fireplace or something. They actually work just like a regular gun. There's a this is a Cobra. It's a Cobra radio there. There's some knives there. There's an Underwood typewriter. There's a set of field glasses in this case here. Really nice ones. There's some old air horns, the brass type. There's some snowshoes. There's some old rolling pins with a nice crock. That's all going to go together. There's a Zenith radio, an old Zenith radio, and a Vice there. Let's go over here. There's some racing clocks, collectible racing clocks there, and there's a 1950s Massachusetts plate right there, 55. There's a fire screen. There's a trumpet. There's an old Mexican hat there. There's a this is a boot jack here. It's made out of cast. It's a very early boot jack. There's a trombone there. There's a microscope. There's an old clock. There's a lot of knives, pocket knives. There's some early toys there too. A little monkey and an old car there. There's a horse clock. There's an Acme old-time freezer for making ice cream. There's some old advertising trays, Valentine's Ale and Schaefer, and there's a couple of other ones in there. There's Oriental vases there. There's another early lamp clock. There's some horse stuff, a feeder, and the eye things, the eye patches there that cover their eyes, block them from side vision. There's a marble scale there. There's some retro clocks there. That one on the right is really heavy. It's all metal. The other ones are nice too. And this is a nice bowl, a nice plate here. Johnson Brothers, Old English. There's a leather cutter there. Oh, there's some Apollo stuff. There's box lots of stuff too, like all over the place here, like tray lots, box lots, all the way down the line there. There's another horse clock, which is kind of unusual to have two in one auction. There's an early truck, toy truck, cuckoo clock, regulator clock with the key. There's a couple of old-time radios. There's a Pepsi tray here, and I'm going to sell this with the Coca-Cola vintage lunchbox there. Here's a really early Mickey Mouse car, and I've never seen one of these. It's a very early one. There's some Oriental vases, and there is Charlie Weaver, the bartender. It's a mechanical toy. It's really cool. And in back of that's a cigar cutter there. There's an old Army truck there, a toy one. There's a vintage, it's a vintage style clown bank. There's another old truck. There's another old truck there. This is a alcohol thing where you can pour shots and probably schnapps or something like that. There's some old flues to kerosene lanterns. There's another retro clock. Teapots. There's some helmets. Early bats there. In here is another trombone. If I can open it. Anyways, it's in there, trust me. There's a trombone in there. There's some early hardware to doors and stuff like that. Some costume jewelry here. Here's some old bills. Special type bills like silver certificates and whatnot in there. There's a really old comic book. It's a book actually. Dick Tracy. There's some gold jewelry in there. There's some silver. There's an old beaded purse. There's some really nice stoneware. Here it's a whole set. Furniture. We got Singer sewing machines. There's a couple of those. There's lamps. There's bureaus. There's a brass bed. The real deal on that thing. It weighs. It's a really heavy duty bed, and it's an old one. There's an old fire truck there, toy fire truck. There's a Swan rocker. There's a dollhouse there. There's furniture. There's bureaus. There's chests. There's another chest back there. Tons of stuff over there. All kinds of bureaus and chests and beds, and it just goes on and on. There's bikes back there, all kinds of stuff. So come to the Barrie auction. It's tonight, Thursday night, 6 o'clock, July 22nd. It starts at 6:30 and it goes until we sell everything to the walls. There's stuff here. It just goes on and on. 1797 West Street in Barrie, Mass., which is Route 122, and it's a straight shot from Worcester. And if you need an ice cream freezer, there's one we're going to sell tonight. You can also dial it in just to be a refrigerator, but it's ice cold, so it works really good. Barrie auction, 1797 West Street. Oh, and look what's on top of that, a couple of pocket watches. Barrie, Mass. Come on down. Telephone number is 978. I'll give you my cell because the service seems to be out right now with Charter. 978-257-7000.